guys, welcome back to MYC Uncensored. You're here with
Jagriti.
and Keshia. Jagriti, did you want to give us an introduction?
Hi, I'm Jagriti. I'm 13 years old and I go to high school.
And what year are you in?
I'm in year 8. Well, in 2
Nice.
days.
How are you finding it?
Okay.
Okay. She starts very soon, so nerve-wracking, I'm guessing. So I'm Keshia. I'm actually, wow, where do I begin? I finished my undergraduate degree in a Bachelor of Psychological Science. So I finished psychology for now, and I'm going into my honors year. I'm 21 years old, so a bit of an age gap, but we have some good insights for you. But yeah, I would say, are we excited for today's
Yes.
topic? Yeah.
Very excited.
Okay, so today we are talking about how to know if your friends are real. Juicy topic.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, did you want to start with your first?
Yeah, well,
Pick.
like friendships, like they can happen at like any age, any time. Sometimes you don't really know why you're friends with someone. They could be like school friends, like outside friends, like family friends, all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have a lot of different perspectives from each aspect of your life. High school friends you've been with for ages, you know everything about.
Yeah.
But, when you go to uni, when you go to work, you have different friends and you have different, connections, would you say?
Yes.
And even family, I guess. Like, there's very different bonds, I would say.
In families.
So it really shows you who really cares about you, you know?
It does.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with a big thing for me, I think, with knowing if my friends are real are effort. And, I think we've both had our fair share of experiences.
Yes.
Even though we have a big age gap, I would say, yeah, effort reciprocity is an interesting one for me because I think effort is a big thing in a friendship and maintaining it long term. Do you have any, insights or examples?
I remember I had this one friend. We met because we were in the same tech because I used to do engineering for tech in year 7.
Cool.
And we kind of bonded because in engineering I knew practically no one. I was just alone for the first couple of days, and then she saw me and she was like, "Do you want to sit with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then as we got to know each other, we became close, and then we started hanging out at recess and lunch. And then I remember after a while, after we've been friends for a bit, she would go on to new people. In tech, she would go to other people. And I was like, okay, that's fine. She's making new friends. But then she wouldn't ever talk to me after that. We talked for a bit, and then after that she would sit with someone else, and I was like, and then I decided to be that person and sit with the new group. And she was like, oh, we're talking about something secret, you can't really know, sorry. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then she still was like, hi, and then I was just kind of distancing her, and she was like, why are you ignoring me, did I do something? And I was like, I just think that sometimes you don't really want to be around me. Did I do something? Or that's why. And she was like, no. I just have new friends. Oh my God, she's so amazing and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I'm sorry you felt that way. And I was like, I completely respect that. That's okay. And then the second after we fixed it, she was like, oh my God, did you know that girl that I met in tech? She's so cool and amazing and blah, blah, blah. And the second that we fixed it, she started talking about her, and I was like, yeah, that's nice. And then it just got to the point where she just talked about her so much with us, it wasn't even the same friendship as before. It's just so different. It's not as how it was, as where we sat next to each other, we did our assessments together, we called together to do them. And now we're just different.
That's quite horrible, actually. So she didn't really ask about you, it was more so her other friends.
Yeah.
That's really horrible, actually.
And she and when she went up to me, I was thinking, oh, she generally wants to be my friend.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she just doesn't talk to you, so you just feel what was the point of going up to me if you weren't really gonna do much?
I think how she should have done it is introduce you, tell other people, and still hung out with you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like she threw your friendship aside as soon as she found other people, which is kind of dog, to be honest. You know what? I would say that, you're better off without her.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yes, I
do. And you've made other friends, haven't you?
Yes, luckily.
And how did you like meet your other friends?
And other friends, so I have a new tech this year. I think I have digital tech, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I've gone through my like inbox list, which has like a couple of people that I like know generally. So like I'm like, okay, that's good. And she's in a different class, so I'm not going to be in the same tech with her. And those people, and some of them have actually been in my previous tech before too. Like, because it just depends on classes. So as in we have, like this year, we have 15 classes in year 8.
Oh, wow.
So in that way, those classes are like classes 1, 2, 3 have tech together, 4, 5, 6 have tech together.
Wow.
And all of them have tech together. They just have like different, like people have different techs. But like those classes are like combined. So some of them actually are in. So I'm in 8-4. So I'm with 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
So
that's really interesting to me. I've never had that before.
Yeah, it's just like a whole new concept because like in primary school, not preschool, I like my classes were like 5G or like 5L. Like I had letters, and then now I have like numbers.
Oh, that's confusing actually.
So it's just different.
But I think like it's good that you're taking it on as like a new year. You're gonna make new friends and like reconnect with old friends.
Yes.
I think it's really good like that you have that mentality, because I think at a young age I definitely did not have that mentality. I like struggled to make friends. I would say I don't know. I was very introverted, and I was kind of like doing my own thing. I was like trying to get by high school. High school was tough. Like it is like, especially like alongside the workload, it's like you have to actually make friends to like it there.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I still struggle nowadays, but I think it's definitely gotten a little bit better. But I think it's good that, you know, you make the effort on your end as well. So hopefully, I mean, my mindset is if you make the effort, hopefully it'll be reciprocated back to you.
Yes.
Because I'm a big believer in, like, you know, if you put out good in the world, you get it back.
You get it back, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, a big thing about friendships and, like, making sure, ensuring that they're real, I guess, is making the time for people. And I think what your other friend did was not make the time for you. She just tossed you aside, which was very disrespectful. But anyway, we moved past her. And, you know, you make friends, and, you know, if you make the time for them, they'll make the time for you, I think, is a really big thing. I had a situation where I had this one friend, I don't know, we'll call her Jessica. That wasn't her name. But Jessica sounds like, you know, that kind of name. Anyway, so basically I was friends with her since high school as well. So we knew each other. We actually met through Instagram, weirdly. I don't know how. But we first met in year 7. So at the beginning of high school at all. And then, so basically we were like, okay, we're going to meet on the steps. And then we didn't meet for like a week, and then another week. And then we finally met. And after that day, you know, we were really close. And then as soon as we hit, I would say, university, so first year, we went to different universities. So that was probably part of the reason we grew apart. So I went to UNSW and she went to a different one. And basically, you know, she was working all the time, and you know, I was also working. I was also doing university. If you know anything about UNSWs, we have trimesters. So while other unis have semesters, they have a month off. We have like 2 weeks off between terms, which kind of sucks. So we were never aligned. And I guess I felt like I always made the time and she didn't really. Like I would always ask to hang out, regardless of if we were busy. I feel like I made the time and she was just like, oh, I'm too busy. I'm tired. Just for some context, we actually currently live like 5 minutes away from each other. And so the fact that she still couldn't make the time is worse. Like she didn't ever really want to hang out. And then, you know, as time went on, she made other friends, and like these friends weren't as genuine. I would say I put like my all into being a genuine friend. And it just, it didn't work out. And like over time, I think I found out I was just wasting my time. to be
Yeah.
honest. I was putting my energy where it was just exhausting me, and I just felt like it wasn't being reciprocated, so I just needed to stop.
Let
Even
go,
though
yeah.
I needed to let go, exactly. And even though it's a bit sad, like 8 years of
Yeah.
friendship down the drain, like I was upset about it, of course. But I think it just had to be done. And I think that's, I don't know, it was a lesson that I learned, and I think it was an interesting lesson because, you know, all friendships, if you're going to keep them, it's about effort. It's about efforts both ways. And you can't just make excuses, you know. It's like a
Yeah.
relationship, you know. You got to make it work
You have
if
to
you
stay
want.
committed to.
Exactly. You got to stay committed if you want to make it work. And if they wanted to, they would.
Yes, that's very
Yeah.
true.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say about effort or time?
Yeah, like as in high school, it's not as like committed as when you grow up. Friendships in high school, because usually you see each other at school. That's already like enough, I guess. Like you can like hang out at like the weekends, but like
Yeah.
people are usually busy. They
Yeah.
have their extracurricular activities. So high school's like a major thing, but as in like in the holidays, it's also important because we had like 2 months of holidays, so we haven't seen each other in ages. And my friend group that's in my class, so we're gonna be the same class next year, my friends, because we're in the GATS class, so the gifting and
Okay.
talent class.
Yeah.
So we stay in the
Nice.
same class for like a few years.
Okay. That's really nice.
Yeah, so like sometimes, so that's, and we've finally figured out like our perfect friend group in our class.
Aw.
So it's like us 7, so we have 7. There's like a whole of other girls, but we have like beef or like whatever against them. So we just have us 7, and
Aw.
we hanged out. So in our 7, we don't, not all of us are like exactly equally close. Like we're split off into 3 and 4.
Okay.
So like 4 is like our really close friend group. We're still a combined friend group. We're just a bit more closer with one another, I guess. And we usually, and my friend group there, we always be like, okay, every week at least once we gotta like hang out.
Oh, that's nice.
Or like call like once a day. We just want to stay connected, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And those other girls that we were friends with before, like we were all like a really nice,
Yeah.
like all the girls in our class like liked each other.
Yeah.
It was such a like nice thing, as in we didn't want any beef. But
Yeah.
then those girls were like, I remember once like there was 3 girls that we like particularly don't like. So one of those girls, we were like, we should all go to like Castle Towers. It's like
Okay.
this big shopping center like together. And then one of the girls said, oh, like we can't come, sorry. And then we were like, oh, but we've planned this for like 3 weeks, and like you said you would come, and then like a day before you said you can't. And then we were like, oh, like, okay. And we still went though, because we planned how much money we're getting with our parents and everything. And then that girl got really like upset about it. And we like asked her like, oh, like she was the one that was like, let's go Castle Towers. And she like brought up the idea.
Yeah.
And we would like, and then the day before she was like, sorry guys, I can't come. And we still went, because we were like, we planned everything. Like
Of
we did a
course.
lot of convincing with our parents.
Yeah, I can
too.
imagine.
Like we were like, oh come on, like it's just a few hours.
Aw.
We'd spend enough money. We saved the money and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And we were like, yeah, let's have that fun. And then that girl got really upset with us, and she sent me this like really hateful message. I don't really like
my
mine, because it's like
God.
high school. I don't really, it's not really that important. But like she was like, I don't know why you have to be such a fake friend to me. And we all like gave her like a call, and we were like, look, we didn't mean this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were the one that said you couldn't come. And then she went to her other like closest friends who went with us, and she just made up stuff about
Oh
us.
my
It was like such a
goodness.
small issue
Yeah,
that she
yeah.
like made so big, which
Yeah.
is honestly very pointless. And then the next time we hanged out, because she talked bad about us to her 2 friends. So then we were like, okay, the next time we went out, so we went out to, I think we went to like a community pool or something. So we went just because it was really hot one day. One day it was like 40 degrees, and we just were like, yes,
Oh,
we
I
need
remember
to like,
that.
yeah, we just
Oh.
need to get out.
Yeah.
And then we didn't invite those 2 girls, because we like expected them not to like us anymore. Because
Okay.
those girls, I like text everyone like hi like every day. Like me and my friends have like a hi, either like it doesn't matter like how long, just like
Yeah.
a daily
That's
hi.
nice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
because we just want to like make sure we're
Yeah.
together and close.
Yeah.
And then I texted those girls, and they left me like on open. Like I texted them on Snapchat, they
Yeah.
left me on open
Yeah.
on that day, and I was like, hey, is like everything okay? And they still left me on open. And then us 7 were like, you know, let's go. Like, I don't think they might like
Yeah.
us or something. And then we went to the pool.
Yeah.
And then and then we came back and we obviously posted on our story, like, at the pool
Yeah,
with, like,
yeah.
these girls.
Yeah.
And then and then that girl that I've texted and who left me on open, she was like, why didn't you invite me? And I was like, oh, like, I thought you were mad at me, like, you left me on open. And she was like, no, you should have asked me still. And I was like, oh, well, like, you should have texted me back. I didn't think that you would. And she was like, no, like, that was rude of you. And, like, this is why, like, we feel the other girl was left out. And I was like, that's not what happened. We just thought you were upset. Like, if I texted you numerous times, like, hi, how are you? What are you doing? Like, are you mad at me? And she was like, okay, whatever. And then we grew apart to those girls, which was honestly so stupid, because that one girl, like, if they could just, like, that one girl could just accept the fact that she just, like, if she didn't come, we weren't mad at her that she couldn't come. There was nothing happened. She was just upset that we went and she, like, didn't go, because she expected us to, like, stay home all day, and, like, we planned it for ages. Like, so it just made sense.
Yeah, you can't just, like, dip just because of one friend. But I do think, like, a major thing in that story was, like, very poor communication on her end. I think, like, you can't read someone's mind, right? Like, if she's upset, she should have just said it. And, you know, she was leaving you on open, and I understand, you know, I was a teenager once, I still am in some aspects. And I know people can be petty, right?
Yeah.
They just leave you on open and they expect you to know that you're mad at them.
You're mad at them.
Yeah.
Like, if I left someone on open, like, I'd give the hint that I'm upset.
Exactly, yeah.
And when I'm upset, I usually I want to stay with my, like, friends. Like, I will tell them what's wrong.
Yeah.
Or if something's bothering me, I'm just going to talk to them. I'm not really going to talk to much people.
Yeah.
And if they, like, understand that I'm upset, then they would obviously, like, I'd like that a bit of alone. Like, I'd like to be a little bit alone until I'm better. And then I'd be like, hey, like, I'm better. But, like, if I don't leave someone on open for, like, and then expect them to, like, talk to me.
Exactly,
after that.
yeah.
Like, if I leave you on open, like, just give me some time and then I will text you back. Like, I will tell you. And they already know when I'm upset, because when I'm upset, I make it really obvious. Like, I dry text completely. Yeah. Like, usually I'm like, hi, and then I say hi, or just, like, an emoji, like the waving emoji. Like,
So, like, your close friends would know if you're upset.
Yeah.
I guess, like, I hate when people just don't text you and they don't tell you how they're feeling. Yeah. Like, it's really, like, you can't read their minds.
Exactly.
And you guys planned that out for ages. You can't just...
We planned that for, like, 3 weeks. Like,
oh, my gosh.
We were like, we should go to Castle Towers.
Yeah.
And then the first week, each of us were, like, busy on different days. Like, Monday, I think I had tutoring. Tuesday, my friend had to go to her family friend's house. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my friend went on a holiday.
Oh.
So then, and then the other days we were just busy, and then we were like, how about, like, 3 weeks?
Okay.
And even though it was, like, a long holiday, 3 weeks wouldn't really matter. We planned, like, small things, like going to the park or something.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, even though, like, a park isn't what teenagers do now, they just stay home. We were just like, even though it's like that, we just, like, at least we can, like, spend time together.
Exactly.
It's just better to just, because we be on our, like, even though I admit I'm on my phone a lot, like, literally I go on for ages. My mum even gets really upset at me for being on my phone. Like, usually at the beginning she gave me, like, she took my phone away for, like, a while, because, like, I just needed to understand that there was a lot more in this world besides my phone. Yeah. And then, like, after, like, and then sometimes she would take it, give it back, take it, give it back, like, for that time. And then now, like, my phone's, like, I finally got it, like, permanently. Like, she won't take it for some time. Okay. But, like, I just know that it's good to stay off it a bit sometimes.
100%.
I know that I'm addicted. Like, I can still say that I will not stop checking. Yeah. Because my friends are, like, honestly very free. Like, they can, like, text me any single time. The second I text them, they're online. Like, it's just a thing that we're all online at the same time. So
I think that's nice. They make the effort to text you back as well. But honestly, I think in today's day and age, everyone's addicted to their phones.
Exactly.
Even me. I think there's always people texting you, but, like, you don't really plan to go outside anymore, I think, nowadays, because of that. People, like, nowadays, they're playing Fortnite, they're playing Roblox, they're just... So I think it's really good that you still make the time to go out. Yeah. So I think everyone needs a good, fresh breath of air, you know? Yeah. It makes you kind of crazy just to stay inside.
Yeah, like, indoors, just all the time.
Yeah. So I think, you know, communication is definitely a core thing in, like, making long-lasting and real friendships.
Yes.
Another thing actually is that I feel like nowadays, because of people's expectations and people, friendships, like you were saying, like people don't really say what they feel nowadays.
Yes,
They kind of
they
expect you to know. Expressing gratitude in like how people communicate instead of, I guess, starting a fight is very important. I think not many people do it, or it's hard to.
It's hard to open up.
Exactly.
Yes.
It is very hard, and I think we both still struggle with that. I
Yes.
definitely do. I think I'm the type of person to keep it inside. I feel like an inconvenience, when you talk to
Yes.
someone about your feelings. You don't want to feel like a burden,
Or
but
like you're just like putting everything on them. Like
Yeah.
you just don't want to
Exactly.
sound selfish.
Exactly. And you don't want to feel like you're putting this big load on them when they're having a good day, especially. Like if they're having a good day, you're like, oh, but I'm bringing your mood down by telling you this.
By telling you this.
Yeah, but I think it's important to get out of that mindset, because at the end of the day, that's making you upset and it's affecting your friendship with that other person.
Yeah.
I think expressing gratitude in how people communicate and be like, that was a really hard thing to say. I'm glad you shared it with me,
Yes.
Just saying that to them so they're more willing to next time. I think it really strengthens your bond with your friend. And even in relationships, but we're talking about friendships here.
Yes.
But yeah, expressing gratitude, I think, is a big thing for me.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.